Logan Paul exposed the true motives behind his defamation lawsuit against Coffeezilla, and with this unexpected move, he completely destroyed his chances of winning the case. Zilla will pay one way or another, not me saying this, but Logan himself, who explicitly wants to make his life difficult. These are the kinds of problems that come with wealth. The legal battle between Logan Paul and Coffeezilla has drawn my attention, so let's briefly explore the truth behind this incident. As you know, after Coffeezilla released a 3-part documentary about CryptoZoo, Logan Paul's crypto project, Logan suffered millions in losses. Unwilling to take this lying down, he exercised his legal rights by filing a lawsuit against Coffeezilla. The court filing included these statements. As a result of the false and defamatory YouTube video published by Coffeezilla on January 5, 2024, Logan Paul has suffered damages including injury to reputation, shame, humiliation, emotional distress, and economic losses in an amount yet to be determined. Let's be clear, CryptoZoo was a scam, and many watching may have been victimized. Logan's lawsuit has nothing to do with real damages and everything to do with silencing the truth teller.
Because remember, there are a lot of NFT games built on this model. It's called play to earn. Now, Logan admits that there are other games like his, but what's going to really make his stand out is that other games have randomly generated assets. His game has handmade art.
It's quick to make a digital asset with, unique randomly generated characteristics. We handmade art for the past 6 months, bro. Approval, very specific notes, 10 different artists making art for our project.
After failing to deliver the promised CryptoZoo game or refund victims amid fraud claims, he now faces Tom Kirker's class action suit. Logan's lawsuit is a naked attempt to bully Coffeezilla into silence, a punitive legal assault designed to inflict financial ruin for telling inconvenient truths. But things aren't going as he imagined. Court documents reveal Logan had darker, undisclosed plans, and Coffeezilla has already played his Uno reverse card to collapse the lawsuit. Lawsuits typically progress through these stages. 1. Pleadings, claims, and defenses. 2. Discovery, evidence gathering. 3. Motions. 4. Trial. 5. Appeal if necessary. Can we predict the lawsuit's outcome? Not exactly, but in today's Doc Dive, we're analyzing key evidence, and trust me, Part 2 will blow your mind. Logan demanded specific communications from Coffeezilla. All exchanges Coffeezilla had with third parties while preparing the CryptoZoo documentary. His goal was to prove the documentary was produced with actual malice and malicious intent. Plaintiff Logan Paul moves this court to compel defendants to produce all communications between Paul and others regarding Paul's involvement with the CryptoZoo project that defendants possessed when they published the libels at issue in this case. However, Coffeezilla's attorneys argued these communications were protected under Texas's journalist privilege laws and the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, freedom of speech. What I find particularly interesting is that while demanding these documents, Logan simultaneously sought to conceal his own communications. This essentially means he wanted Coffeezilla's records exposed while insisting his own documents should be thrown into the fire and ignored. Logan's legal strategy deviated catastrophically from its intended course, serving instead as definitive proof of his deteriorating position. The reason? Coffeezilla's counsel conclusively demonstrated that Paul's litigation was a transparent attempt to circumvent liability in pending CryptoZoo cases. On April 15, 2025, Coffeezilla's attorneys filed a motion to stay and consolidate the case. Their reasoning: 1. Both lawsuits are based on the same claims. 2. Logan filed the lawsuit primarily to punish Coffeezilla. 3. Logan is using this lawsuit to compensate for lack of evidence in the other case. Unable to obtain discovery, the Holland case effectively stayed while the court considered motions to dismiss. Paul strategically filed this lawsuit to punish the reporter who helped to uncover his cryptocurrency scam and gain discovery to defend himself in the pending civil proceedings. The messages Coffeezilla obtained from Logan himself paint a damning picture. "I'm lawyering up. I'm gonna bury this guy. Everything will come out eventually. Court records are public anyway. People will see what happened, for better or worse. There needs to be consequences. That's the whole point. We have to shut this down." Logan openly confesses his real reason for the lawsuit, just to make his life difficult. He even calls himself a petty billionaire. Logan's ultimate goal may be to financially drain Coffeezilla through legal costs. Here's why. The discovery process is extremely expensive. Logan could deliberately prolong the case by flooding it with irrelevant documents. At one point, Logan had strikingly praised Coffeezilla, saying he was a good person and did his job well. Now I believe he's regretting those words.
Journalist, YouTuber, crypto uncoverer guy named Coffeezilla, who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough, good-hearted, smart guy did a deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called CryptoZoo.
Hard to ignore. Both lawsuits hinge on the same core issue. Did Logan scam CryptoZoo users or not? And tapping Coffeezilla for information was the fastest way Logan could try to strengthen his defense. But once you factor in the timing of it all, Logan's true motives become impossible to miss. In Texas, where the suit was filed, defamation claims expire after just 1 year. Logan waited until June 2024 to take legal action, which ruled out Coffeezilla's original 3-part exposé. He had no choice but to target newer allegations. That suggests Logan either wasn't prepared or didn't want to sue Coffeezilla in the first place. He just found an excuse later on. Zooming out, it looks like the real trigger was the Holland case. Logan basically launched one lawsuit to shut down another and ended up in way over his head. Logan's rush job approach handed Coffeezilla a golden opportunity. Either wrap this up early or fight it alongside the far more serious class action suit. Still, winning isn't the only thing on Coffeezilla's mind. He knows. Knowing Logan, he might try to drag things out by burying Coffeezilla's lawyers in a mountain of pointless paperwork during discovery. To avoid that mess, Coffeezilla's team chose the fast track, mediation and a possible settlement, and were given a deadline of, these filings weren't about justice. They were almost certainly made with one goal: to create a fake excuse to push for public exposure, all to humiliate and damage the plaintiff. Logan Paul's ever-inflating ego made him believe he could scam his own fans and then weaponize the legal system against Coffeezilla and walk away clean. What would be the consequences depending on who wins this case and who would need to look for hiding places after the verdict? If Logan wins, mostly streamers and YouTubers who criticize Logan could be discouraged, as he might be encouraged to silence them through lawsuits. If Coffeezilla wins, other YouTubers and crypto scammers would need to be more careful, or they might all have to answer for their actions one by one. Do you think Logan can handle these lawsuits? Or could he better protect himself by working with more competent lawyers? What are your thoughts? Before we wrap up, I want you to think about something. In the world of internet fame, it's easy to spin a story, bury the truth, or distract people with drama. But eventually, facts don't go away. They just wait patiently to be seen. And while some try to use money, influence, or legal tricks to silence the voices asking hard questions, there will always be people watching, asking, remembering. That's what we're doing here. Not chasing clicks, but chasing clarity. That's all from me this week, friends. In time, everything will come to light, and we'll examine it all in detail. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't hold back your support to reach a global audience. Remember to follow, comment, and subscribe. As you know, without you, we're one person short. Take care and stay well.